Hello people, and welcome to another video. In this video I want to be covering the food I'm going to be carrying on my 6-day backpacking expedition of Hadrians Wall. Last year I did a Norway hiking trip for about 7 days, and although I thought I had my food right, I didn't. I was actively quite hungry throughout the trip. I wasn't starving and I got through it. It wasn't uncomfortable, it was just like there was constantly that little hole that could have done with being filled. So I've assessed what I carried last time and I've addressed it for this time, and I think I've gone a little bit OTT on what I'm carrying this time, but at the same time I think it's going to be worth it, and I'm definitely going to eat all the food that I'm carrying. So I'm going to take you through what I'm going to be carrying. Hopefully you guys can maybe learn a thing or upgrade what you're going to be carrying in the future. Because I've done quite a lot of research this time into what other people carry, and I've really kind of drilled down on what I think is going to be good, and tastes are very important, I've learned on the trail. It's all good saying oats are really good and this and that are good, but oats and things like that, they're pretty bland tasting, so if you're going to carry them you need to find out ways of making them taste nicer. And that's definitely what I think I've done, and I'm really looking forward to eating a lot of the foods that I've prepared. So without further ado, let's get down to the table, or the bed, and I'll show you what I've got. Okay, so I've packed my food in 2 bags. This is the big bag here. I can't remember how many litres it is, but it's 4 kilograms worth of food. And in here I've got all my meals. Evening meals and breakfast. You know, your main kind of meals. In here is all my lunches. I've packed it in a separate bag, so every time we stop off for a lunch break, I haven't got to open this big pack and start rummaging around. All my lunches are in one place, along with the wraps. Wraps are also for dinners. So I'll open this one up first, and I'll show you what's in here. So, for lunches, I'm eating primarily wraps with a variety of different things going in them. So in there I've got 10 wraps. 2 wraps per day. And I should also add that wraps aren't going to be the only thing I'm eating for lunch. This is just something I can just sit down and eat properly, and there's several other snacks I'm going to supplement with that. But let's just get this open and I'll show you. Right, so let me just break this down so you can properly see what we've got. I've also got some oddments, so I'll ignore those. That's an extra packet of porridge, just in case, kind of a contingency item. I've got apricots there, just to help going to the toilet, because they flush through your system quite well. So it's quite common to get constipated when you're out hiking. So carrying apricots is a good thing. Myself and several other guys I know have this issue. So carrying apricots to help yourself go more regularly, good tip there. So that's them. Now for lunches, we're going to be having wraps. And I like to do cheese strings with pepperoni sticks on your wraps. And I also carry sachets of sauce. I've got brown sauce and red sauce there, and I add those and I wrap them up and I eat away. That's a nice sit down food. And if I get a bit tired of doing the whole kind of savoury item, I've also got peanut butter sachets in here and jam sachets, so I can do peanut butter jelly wraps, which will be quite nice and sweet. For a bit of an alternative. So I'm going to do peanut butter and jelly for 2 days, and pepperoni and cheese for the other 4. I've also got some beef biltong beef jerky. That's just something just to chew on if I fancy it, or I can add it to other meals. It's just there in case I want it. Nothing specifically being eaten there. And then I've also got, which I can't seem to find, where are they? Oh, they're all in here. These are Bolero powder drinks, very similar to the Robinson's squeeze drinks you can add to water, but these are more lightweight. These are powder, like I just said, small sachet. This treats up to 1.5 litres, so you can get a lot of juice, very strong tasty juice as well. And this is good for getting your vitamins and your sugar intake as well, because when you're drinking all that water you lose electrolytes, so these are going to add those electrolytes back into your system. And that's it for those quick lunches. Like I said, there's a variety of other things I'm going to be eating to add to this. I'm not just going to be eating just this solely. So let me just throw this out of the way. should also add, this is my coffee pouch or warm drinks pouch. In here I've got 1 coffee and 1 hot chocolate per day. Coffee in the morning, hot chocolate at night, nothing in between, no extras, no less, just that. Then in this big pouch, I've got 3 pouches of this size of trail mix. I've got 2 here and 1 in my rucksack currently. My trail mix of choice is yogurt coated raisins, chocolate coated raisins and honey roasted peanuts. I found that to be my favourite selection. I've tried adding sweets and stuff before, but I'm quite a dry, savoury kind of guy. I'm not a massive fan of sugar and sugary sweets. So this is my chosen choice, and one of these bags is designed to last me for 2 days, just to nibble on as you go throughout the trail. I've got a lot of other food, so I'm not concerned about having to need loads of trail mix. So right, let me break this down for you in this bag. In here I have used large lunch bags, and the way I've done it for this trip and how I've found on past trips that I prefer to do it is to actually bag each day up. I like the organisation that it gives me. So this here is 1 day's worth of food, and I've got 6 of these. Some people like to have all the main meals together, all the breakfasts together, all the snacks together, so they can choose what they want on that day. I could do that, but I prefer the organisation of just knowing that all this is my food for that day, and I can look and see what I've got left and see what I want to eat. I just like the organisation, so I haven't got to worry about it. So I'm not going to go into the rest of this pack, purely because it's the same all the way through. The evening meals are different, which I will go over what's in there, but I'm not going to show you. So in this bag, this is day 1's food. Let's get it all out. So for breakfast, I have an apple and cinnamon porridge. Throughout the day, they have different flavoured porridges. I have a video of how I make these porridges myself, and I've added my own dehydrated berries and things in there. So that's one that I have for breakfast. A few hours down the line, I then plan to have my flapjacks. Now, I said earlier, flapjacks and oaty type foods are difficult. Well, I find them difficult to eat because they're very dry, quite bland, they get boring, and you don't really look forward to eating them. However, these are called, if it will focus, Blackfriars flapjacks, and as you can see, that's a cappuccino flavour flapjack. They come in, I think they have over 10 different flavours. They have ginger choc chip, double chocolate chip, cappuccino, Bakewell tart, literally so many I can't even remember all of them. So I have one of these per day, 500 calories in a flapjack. So once I've hit my breakfast, a few hours on the trail, I'll then tuck into my flapjack, and that's going to power me through to lunch easily. I will sit down for lunch then, have my wrap, blah 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 blah. When I've had my wrap, I will then make the decision between one of these two. I have a peanut butter Kit Kat crunchy, chunky even, and peanut butter M&Ms. I'll choose between those, which one I want to eat. Then later on in the evening, I will have the other one, whichever I haven't eaten. I will then have my dinner. This one is a tomato and chicken pasta dish. I'll eat that. That's roughly about 600 to 700 calories. And then after that, I'll eat my Pop-Tart. I've actually got a Kit Kat in here at the minute, but this should be a Pop-Tart. All the others are Pop-Tarts, but I ran out of Pop-Tarts. And then I'll eat my dessert, which will be a Pop-Tart. Okay, this is another bag. I've just pulled it out just to give you a better visual representation. Here's my Pop-Tart. There are 2 Pop-Tarts in each packet. I will eat one with my main meal as a dessert, then I will leave one for slightly later, because I find I always tend to get a little bit peckish later on in the evening before I go to bed. So I'll eat another one of those, and that'll kind of keep the fire burning throughout the night, keeping me warm. And then I also have a fruit jelly bar, because I really do like fruit, and I find, or found over the years, that fruit is one of the things that I always crave when I'm out. I always just want to tuck into a nice juicy apple or something, and you can't carry fresh fruit with you. It's too heavy and it's just impractical. So I'm going to try this one, just carrying a bar of dry fruit leather, see how that works. And I've also made my own fruit leathers as well. That's a strawberry and raspberry leather that I've dehydrated, so we'll see how that goes down. This meal is a cheese and pasta bake with chicken, I believe it's got in there. What else have we got? These are all dehydrated meals I've made myself. One of my favourites here is a smashed potato and beef. I love that one. It's really filling. Oh look, another smashed potato and beef. Like I said, it's really filling and it's just really great. I think this one in here is that's a pork and pasta, I believe. Like I said, all the other snacks are the same. Like that one there, that's a ginger choc chip flapjack. All the flapjacks have we got. There is food for days. Oh, rum and raisin. I reckon that's going to be my favourite flapjack. So yeah, there you have it. I think I have nailed the food situation for this trip. I'm going to have plenty of food, plenty of chocolate. And I'm looking forward to the fruit, because I've never carried fruit before, and I think that's really going to pick me up, because like I said, fruit's something I've always lacked, and I've never really thought about trying to supplement it. So this is going to be a good trip. I think I'm going to have lots of food, lots of fuel, and that's going to really help me to hit the miles, because I've planned a lot of miles for this trip. We're trying to do 180 miles in 5 days, so it's going to be a tough one. So yeah, that's my food. Any recommendations, please let me know, because backpacking food is something that everyone has their own things that they like to do, and it's quite difficult to research and find different recipes. So if you have any dehydrated recipes or any snacks that you think are good to carry, anything like that, please let me know. And also, please let me know if you think any of the ones that I've done are really good and you're going to try them out. Because I'd like to know if you're trying those things out, if you think that my ideas are good. Because it's took me a while. I've been researching it for a couple of months and really trying to get into forums and find out what people eat. So yeah, there you have it. I hope you got something from it. It took me a while. And I hope you enjoyed the video. So, until next time, thanks for watching, and I'll see you again very, very soon.